means of your peace. Where there's hatred grown, let me sow your love. Where there's injury, Lord, let forgiveness be my sword. Lord, make me a means of your peace.
Hi there, peace and goodness. We've come your way once again with voices from the valley. Today's episode will be something extraordinary, out of the norm, where we have those catechetical teachings and other themes. Today, we are going to listen to one voice from the valley. The valley, I mean, one voice amongst the Franciscan friars in Ghana. And if not mistaken, I would want to say it's one of the oldest voices. And so prepare your ears to hear where I want to send us to. But to hear it from the voice, when we return from a break, we'll get to hear who is behind this voice. But tell a friend to tell the other friend that Voices from the Valley is on, that they can equally join us on our social media handles. On YouTube, Cafdil EDU, and on Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast. Let's take this break, and when we return, we will hear from the voice.
Lord, make me a means of your peace. Where there's hatred grown, let me sow your love.
Gabriel Maholu is my name.
Where
I'm
there's
a Ghanaian, a novice of the order of Fireman of Vocational Ghana Pastoral. I love Francis because of his love for simplicity.
I am Paul Kabore. I come from Burkina Faso. I love Franciscan life because of the simplicity and the humility.
I'm Antoine Souli. I come from Burkina Faso. I chose Saint Francis because of his love to make his life an instrument of the peace of God.
My name is Charles Zafa. I'm from Ghana. I love to be a Franciscan because of the simple life of Saint Francis.
Fabrice Kabule is my name. I come from Burkina Faso. I'm Burkinabe. I chose St. Francis because if you look at the life of the man of Assisi, you see love, you see humility, you see simplicity. It's why I chose him. Thank you.
My name is Isugael Kantempali. I come from Burkina Faso. I love Saint Francis because of humility.
Godukudata is my name. From Ghana. I love St. Francis because he possesses the virtue of faith, hope, humility, patience, and etc.
I am Lionel Wenterle Gansore. I am a Burkinabe. I chose St. Francis because of his love for Jesus. I want also to try to love one another like St. Francis.
My name is Gassen Mukema. I come from Burkina Faso. Now I'm in Ghana. And in Ghana, as novice, I chose St. Francis for his humility and simplicity. Thank you.
Peace and goodness.
Saint Francis of Assisi.
Peace and goodness.
Let's raise our hands, Saint Francis of Assisi.
Peace and goodness.
Forgive in thee, you've forgiven me. For to die in thee is eternal life to me.
Welcome back, dear friend. Who is this voice? I don't want to introduce him. I want him to introduce himself. As I said, one of, if not the oldest, one of the oldest voices that we have. So, Friar, my audience want to know you.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank all viewers. My name is Friar Anthony Yao Ekuma. My place of work now is at Ejuso. I was just came back from Nairobi. I was the rector in our formation house there, and then I was told to come back because we have a new formation house in Ghana here. So now I'm in charge of that formation house, and also a small church, St. Joseph, at a village near where I'm working now, at Abankro in the Konogomampong diocese. So that is where I am now, and that is my name.
Okay. Thank you so much, Friar Anthony, for wanting to share your voice with us. I know it will go a long way to inspire other young men and to also help most of us, especially Ghanaians, to get to understand who the Franciscans are, how long they have been in Ghana, and the impact we have made so far. So, who are the Franciscans in Ghana? How did you come to meet them, or how did you hear of them?
Okay, thank you very much. The Franciscans came to Ghana in the year 1977, and they came in two groups. Two groups means St. Anthony of Padua from America and St. Anthony of Padua from Italy.
Okay.
And coincidentally, they came at the same time
Okay.
in 1977. And the Paduans were in Takoradi while the Americans settled in Cape Coast here. Then I was working at Broadcasting House for some time, for some years.
Yeah.
Then, in fact, my vocation began when in our family setup, we pray every day as a family. Father, mother, siblings, everybody. Then my father either would pray that they are praying that one day one of us becomes a priest or a religious. At the same time, if he forgets to pray that prayer, my mother will do it. So my sister and I, we decided that we will go and then become that, a priest or a sister for them. Then as I was working, if I should bring in the coup of 1979, Rollins coup,
Please do.
I was working in Broadcasting House, and we were going to work early morning, and then the coup started, and unfortunately, I was affected. So at a point, when I was relieved from Burma campus, they took us there, my sister came and said, "Have you forgotten that we said that we want to become what our parents are praying for? But despite the fact that we have branched a bit, now there are these Franciscans here in Ghana, and I can link you up to them." But my elder brother was also working at this place, Caritas, their place in Accra. And then I used to go there. Then one time I found one of the Franciscans, they were going to look for some food or some items for the people he's working with. here in Cape Coast. So I met him. Then I said, well, I've seen St. Anthony because I belong to the St. Anthony Society, you know. Then through this conversation and all that, I came to Salt Pond to meet Father Dominic, late Father Dominic now, who received me very well. And through that, gradually, then I became one of them. So I entered into this order on the 1st of January 1980, that I came as a postulant. Then after 2 years, I became a novice, and it started rolling out.
Okay.
So,
maybe if we could backtrack a bit
yeah.
as to where you were born, the family which you have already spoken of.
Okay. My mother is a Fanti. My father is an Asin man. He is from Asin Fosu. And my mother is coming from, when you go to Ejumako, going to the hospital, there's a place called Kokobin.
Yes.
Kokobin, a place called Kokobin. That's where my mother is from. But then we settled at Asin Fosu. So that is where we've been up until now. And we are many in the family. We have so many in the family. That makes the family life very lively because we are many. And when we go to pray, you see many of us over there praying together every day. So where I grew up and where I know is Asin Fosu.
Okay.
Yes, Odumase. Fosu Odumase. Yes.
So your education days, that sent you to Ghana Broadcasting?
Yes. I had my primary at the village. Then, interestingly, when I was going to the middle school those days, it's called middle school, not JSS,
Yeah.
Middle school. I went to the Catholic school at Asim Fosu, but there was no way for me. They would not accept me. They accepted my sister easily, but I don't know for what reason. I got no place there. So I went to what we call LAB. LAB is at where now we have the secondary school at Asim Fosu, Obriyeboa, yes,
yeah.
secondary school, yeah. That is where, and we were the first batch to go there. We were the first people to go there for this middle school. Then after that, my brother took me to Accra, looking for a job for me. That is how I ended up at Broadcasting House.
Okay.
Yes. Can you imagine one of the big men in the Broadcasting House was a member of the Sacred Heart Confraternity.
Okay.
And another one was a member of St. Anthony of Padua, St. Anthony's Guild,
Yes.
which I belong to both societies. Then what happened was that when I was also going for prayers, I was always praying that the Lord will give my brother money in order to send me to school. Then these two people, they came together. Then one told the other one, there's a boy who is always looking, praying that this and that. And you know that in Broadcasting House, we have this school there. So why don't we try to help him by employing him and then also for him to go to school there. So that is how it all started.
So at Broadcasting, you were a reporter or?
I was there as a worker and also trying to go to the school.
Oh, okay.
But we were going to do errands, you know. And then finally I was sent to the monitoring station at Wager. And then it was from there that I was going to work early morning that the coup started.
Okay.
Aha. So we were arrested. To say that, we were arrested, sent to Burma camp, and then I was there the whole day. But then thanks be to Rollins, to be honest, I was released. Because I was praying the rosary. That is why the rosary has become so important for me. I was praying the rosary, and the late Archbishop Emisa had been called there. So as he was going, he saw this boy praying the rosary. So he asked somebody, one of the soldiers, to come and call me. When I went there and he saw me, then he mentioned my name because my sister was an infant Jesus sister. So he knew her.
Yeah.
He said, Ekuma, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Then I started crying, you know, telling the story and all that. And then Rollins asked them to release me.
Wow.
Because he saw the innocence and all this. Somebody there praying rosary and all that. So I was asked to be released. So I was very grateful to the Archbishop, late Archbishop, and now late Rollins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
That is God's intervention.
I tell you.
And I think once those things happened, there was a plan for you.
Exactly.
There was a, to those, the media men behind the cameras, be careful. They can come for you in the event of anything. Anyway, that's just by the way.
Yeah.
So now with the Friars or with the Franciscans, gotten in touch with them with that vocation. I mean, maybe being released, you could have done any other thing, but the Franciscans.
So what happened was that, I mean, I could have continued my work.
Yes.
And then, so this idea was coming back. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten that you said you'll be a priest? You know, so it was coming back. And then the whole family moved from Fosu or Dumasi to Accra when I was arrested.
Okay.
So when I was released, they brought me home. They brought me home in an armored car. Can you imagine? So when they brought me home, we saw the family there praying. In fact, when they saw the armored car, some of them decided to run away because they thought, then I got out of it, came, and then that was it. They were praying before this Blessed Mary's statue, which is in, I was in fact staying with the man who employed me,
Okay.
Mr. F.E.E. Edu.
Okay.
He's the one who employed me. So we're staying in here. He's a Catholic, so he has this big statue there. And the whole family had gathered there praying for me. And then when they saw me coming, you know, tears of joy.
Wow.
Yeah, that is how it all started. So when this idea was coming about, why don't you go to do what you said you were going to do with your sister, and your sister is there already? That was when the whole thing, you know.
Began.
So she brought me to Sopon here to meet Father Dominic then. Then he said, okay, you can go and come back on the 1st of January. So 1st January 1980, I came and I've never gone back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, with that bit of the family,
Yeah.
could that be a source of your Christian formation? Because the family fabric we have in our society nowadays, especially with vocations and what have you in the church, it is so much shaking.
Those days, I think the family was the starting point of everything. I mean, you don't get too many families coming together to pray in the morning. But my father, my mother will insist that we pray in the morning and in the evening. Because after that, then everybody goes to where they are going. They go to farm, we go to school and all this. So we never lacked that part of prayer. And then if I share this with you, you know, one day I was going for communion. And we were in the line. Those days you have to kneel on the, and then you have to look straight and all that. Then the priest was distributing communion coming. Then I turned like this. Then this man gave me a slap. Why should I turn? You know. So with that kind of anger and all that, I left the place.
Okay.
Went home. That I will never step foot at the church again. Then my father comes home. And he says, do you know what God has done for you?
Mm-hmm.
That was my father, eh? You know what God has done for you? How many of these boys and girls have been ever slapped by a priest? You are lucky to be slapped by a priest, you know. And I was so happy that he told me that. So what happens? I have to go back and all that. And then, in fact, the father became my very good friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will come, he will go to hunt for animals and this before evening prayer and all that. Then whatever he gets, he will give some to my family and all this. So, you know, all this kind of... and then I think I was his first mass ever.
Okay.
Because those days he was coming from Fusu with his own mass service. But then he stopped and then he started with us, some of us and all that. And then my father, my mother will insist, you become a member of this society, like CYO, St. Anthony, and all this kind of... So really, the whole thing started there.
But wasn't it an abuse? Because nowadays, to tell your child, no, go and be a man server, go and be this, it's like you don't force the child.
Yeah.
And they are claiming so.
So it's not that they are talking about right. There's nothing like left, all right. But those days, you see it as a discipline. You know, your father is telling you to become a man servant. Even you will not sleep. When Sunday is coming for you to wear that, you are very happy. You don't sleep, waiting. And then you iron. So you see, it begins there. Not that they are forcing you or abusing you or not, but they want you to know the Christian teachings, what it is when you become a man servant, who you become later on. That is why I like wearing my habit every day, every blessed day. You see me driving to Sunyani to where I'm in my habit and all that. Yeah. So that is how it is.
So from the words of Father, parents, for us to be able to help our children for the future, pray together. Because if we pray together, that is where we'll be able to inculcate in them certain morals and ethics that we all look for our society. Now, with the Franciscans, they have come to Ghana with, how was it with the early friars?
Okay, thank you very much. As you rightly said, I was one of the early friars. I think we were the third group. Brother Davis' group, Brother Anthony's group, and then we were the third. But it was our time that this place began. That is the reason why I said I choose this place to have this interview. You know, we were then at the sister's house here in Sopon at the beach there. But then every day after classes, they will come here to work. But it all began, that is why I wrote this small book to explain what is here and all that. So one time, the late Archbishop Emisa, we were even at class when he came. Then Father Dominic told us that, we should gather ourselves, stop the classes and all that because we are going to see something. So, and all is written here. So we got back into the pickup. So the Archbishop's car was in front and then we followed. And those days, you know, when you see Archbishop and then you as a seminarian, you are happy, you know. We came here, then we stood at the road there. There were no roads, nothing. All this place was bush. Then he said something to Father. We were a bit at a distance. Then Father, he left. He blessed us and left. Then Father Dominic says, this is going to be our place, so let's go. Then with cutlass, gradually we made a way to where the old chapel, Novitiate Chapel is.
Okay.
There was a big oak tree there. We stood there. Then we said a decade of the rosary there. Then he planted a miraculous medal down there. And that was the beginning of everything. So when we were going, you know, the flowers of that tree, very nice, yellowish. We took some. Father Dominic told us to take some with us to the house. And then it's like a flower there when we were praying, is there and all that. Then gradually. But Father Dominic said one thing. That is why I dedicated this small book to him. He said that I can see that one day this place is going to be a prayer ground.
Wow.
And that is how we began. Gradually. So actually we didn't start here. It's not that we started here. No. We started with a building there. And then gradually we started developing this place and all that. That is what I try to put something down. If even people are so far away, they cannot come. If they get this book, they are able to envisage what is here and all that. Yeah, so that is how it is.
Yeah, we will talk about the book shortly. As Franciscans, during the time of the coup and afterwards, with the impact in society, what were some of the moves that you put in place? You know, the things you were doing.
Okay. Well, of course, I was sent to, because I didn't even complete secondary school, I was sent to Briwa, Vocational School. And I was there for 2 years. For the 2 years of my postulancy, I was going there to school. But unfortunately, I was doing carpentry. Yeah, when we go to class, I was number one.
Yeah.
But when we come to the workshop, even to make this chair in the kitchen, I was not able to make one. And then, well, I finished the school, all right, I got my certificate, everything. But the practical aspect of it was becoming very difficult for me. But fortunately, there was a man here working with us. We call him Abadasu, but it's Francis. Francis is his name.
Okay.
He's from Salt Pond here, who was a very good carpenter. So he was gradually helping me here and there. But after novitiate, I was made the vocation director like yourself. And so I was going round. But at a point, it dawned on me that I said I want to be a priest. You know, so why am I going round as a vocation director and all this? So I came and I discussed with Father, and he was telling me that, you know, we have two kind of vocations.
Yeah.
The one to brotherhood and then one to the priesthood. But then when I came, those days they don't ask you to choose or do anything, but they look at you and what you can do. And then they said, so when I discussed with them that, well, I want to do the secondary school and all that, and then go ahead with theology and this, they agreed, but there were these kind of hurdles, you know, to go through. Then I was sent to Emisano, but not as a regular student, but as somebody who goes into from a room to study.
Oh,
so if you are the one teaching maths, I come to your room.
Okay.
You teach me with 2 years.
Wow.
They did not register me at the school. They told me to go to Adisado College for this matured whatever. I went. But then when the results came, then they saw what I was able to do. Then Monsignor Srifi told me that, I can do the sixth form with them. Now they registered me at Emisano as a sixth former. So that is how it came. Then I had to go to Soutum. Then after Soutum, Father Vincent, may he also rest in peace. They gave me the option either to study at Pedu or go with Peter, late Peter also, to Nairobi, because Peter is going alone and all that. I said, well, I can join my brother there instead of me going here and he going there. That is what made me go to Nairobi to study. So this is some of the
things.
Yeah.
So with Father Dominic, it has become like a prophecy come through.
Yes.
With this place, and Franciscans in Ghana are mostly associated with this place of prayer, retreats, and all those. What about the pastoral work besides the as far as parishes and what have you? How were the beginnings?
Yeah, the beginnings, you know, we had no parish because we were just beginners and all that. They had just come. But then we were going to places here, like Ayeldo. In fact, when we were coming from Ejuso the other day, I told Bernard, I said, Bernard, this is where we were coming for pastorals, you know.
Oh, okay.
Sunday, after the Mass here, then we will go there for Mass for the people. And then he started the Infantiman kind of Masses also. And then we were going together and all that. And then one of the apostolates was to the hospital here at Salt Pond. We were always going visit the sick, this and that. And then, so this is the beginnings. Before we ventured into Elmina, Slate Flats there. Then to Fort Ridge. Then now we are in so many places. Yeah, so that was the beginning. Yeah.
How would you characterize the Franciscan presence in Ghana? Given this history.
Yes. There's a saying that the salt cannot say that it's sweet by itself, you know. It shouldn't come from home. Yeah. But then I think those who are looking at us, they see the prospects. You know, I've just been in Ejuso there. And then anybody who will meet me and say, hey, as for Franciscans, We've heard about you people.
Oh.
We are happy you are now here and all that. So it tells a lot. It tells a lot. And I think we are doing our best in the various dioceses, if they will term it that way.
Yeah.
Even here alone
At
is a witness. Yeah.
I'm sure you are considering that you would want to also dedicate your life and consecrate yourself in the footsteps of St. Francis of Assisi, with Father sharing all these experiences. And you have come to also know, even myself as a friar, I've come to add on to my knowledge, as far as our presence and history in Ghana is concerned. Now, Father, you said everything is in this book. You have called it a book for meditation. Earlier on, you made mention of how with the arrest, then some way, somehow you were released. Then at certain moments in your life, you have experienced the hand of God in your life. And I believe with this publication, that is what you term as divine love that you have experienced.
Yeah.
Now in this Jubilee year as pilgrims of hope, the love of God is shown to us in mercy. Why divine love?
Okay. This topic or heading or what, that is why I say it's also for meditation. When you take this little book here, you don't just read it at once and that is it. No. It tells you the reality of this place that we are sitting. So from the gate, why the gate is there, why St. Francis statue is there, why St. Anthony statue is there, why this crib is here, why you see the agony in the garden there, they are all having meanings, theological meanings. And why you go through the stations of the cross, you come and immediately you go into the glorious mysteries, resurrection. They all have meaning. And thank God I was here. I was here when these things were being built. And then I hear Father Dominic, I hear late Father Obdam also was with here. Though he is SMA, but he was staying with us. I hear all these things. And then I see that time is also passing. Then I say, why don't I try to put something down? So I try to categorize all these things. But for your question of a pilgrim of hope and all that, I'm trying to put another book together. And that one, I'm giving it the title, My Easter Joy.
Wow.
So it comprises what I told you first, why I left broadcasting, why all this, and then the things I've encountered up to today. I'm tabulating all. But the unfortunate thing is that when I finish this chapter and I say, oh, let me go and then publish it, then another chapter comes. So I'm going on and on. And now I have to add the experience in Nairobi, Kenya, to now Ejiso and all that. So that one is delaying a bit, but I will one day publish it. So you see the hope which the church offers. Jesus Christ has given us that hope from the beginning. So we don't need to let it die. And thank God they proclaimed this year as Pilgrims of Hope.
Okay, so thank you so much, Father. And I think in this valley you can find a copy of this book. And it's selling at 20 cedis, very only 20 cedis. Just get a copy. Yeah, to those of you who are lovers of the Franciscans, I know with the many experience of Father Anthony, many people have encountered him or have heard of him, and you have watched him. Grab a copy of this book, then you get to understand what goes on with the Franciscan spirituality, which is shown especially in this place. And to you young men out there who are also still thinking through, wanting to serve God as Franciscans, do not hesitate. And I'm sure you have also experienced the love of God in your life, just as Friar Anthony, and you would want to dedicate your life. Friar said, He loves his habit, and he always wears his habit. Come and join us wear this same habit and working for God's kingdom. Until we meet again, do stay blessed. Peace and goodness.
Lord, make me a means of your peace. Lord, grant me to seek and to share